Hey, Value Study kids. Now that we were able to practice a symmetrical design together in class, and then you went home, so that was our first symmetrical design that we did together. I wanted to make sure that you were able to go home and then create your own symmetrical design on that second sheet of paper. Now that you're done with your second design, and you get the go-ahead, you have this piece of paper in your yellow folder. It's a little larger, and so what I want you to do is open it up, and then you may fold it in half the hot dog way. It came hamburger fold, open it up, go hot dog. The next thing you had in your digital art portfolios was a 2-inch straight edge. So I'm going to take my pencil, line up this straight edge with the edge of the paper, and this will give you a 2-inch border that you are going to put a symmetrical design on. Oops. And last but not least, this is going to be the back. Again, line it up at the bottom there. This is going to be the back of your frame. This is where you're going to lightly put your first and last name on here and your class period number. So I would put, if I was third period, I'd put a 3. If I'm in 7th period now, or if I'm on cohort A or cohort B. Right now I'm demonstrating with period 7, cohort B, so I put 7B on here. You may use 3A or 3B or 7A or 7B. Now, this is what your frame is going to look like. This is where your black and white image is going to go eventually. I'm going to flip this over, and if you can see, when I lift this up, you can see the line through the paper. So you really know where you want to focus your design efforts. Your symmetrical design efforts are really going to be focused towards here. If they come down, if you draw a diagonal line and it comes into here, that's fine. Just know that eventually we are going to cut out the center of this. This is all going to be cut out. The only piece that we're worried about that we want is the 2-inch border on this side. All right, so now that I'm done with that, inside your yellow folders, you also should have had, besides the 2 pieces of smaller vellum for your practice symmetrical designs, you should have also had a larger piece. If you don't have that larger piece, please email me and I'll make sure I get one in your art drawers at school. So now that I'm confident that I can create a symmetrical design, I'm going to create one on here. And you're just going to start, and I'm going to sharpen my pencil really fast because we want a nice sharp pencil. The other thing is, it doesn't matter because this is going to be a symmetrical design, which means it's going to be flipped left to right, top to bottom. But maybe just so that you can see what it looks like, if your image, your final value study image is horizontal, maybe you want to start this way with this page horizontally and then work and flip it over like this. I'm just going to start drawing right here. I'm going to add this line here. I'm going to line up this piece of paper here, and I'm going to trace this as best I can. Now I can flip this over, and you know how this works. And this is why you should be working every day for 45 minutes, whether you're in class or at home, because we have, the kids who are watching me demonstrate right now can see how difficult it is for me to do these demonstrations because they can see how I have to reach around my tripod here. So that lightly traced it, which means now I'm going to draw this line here, trace over that, start at the beginning, flip it down, and I keep adding until I have this beautiful design, beautiful symmetrical design on my 2-inch border. When you are done with this border, I'll tell you what's next. After we're done designing it, you have your whole symmetrical design on here and you have shaded everything. Once that's done, then we're going to take this, fold it in half, cut up here on this line. So we're going to cut right here, cut up here to this corner, cut all the way over here, and then cut back down here. Remember to start cutting at the fold. If you start cutting on this side, you're going to end up with the letter H. It's not going to be good for you. Or a letter I, depending on which way you flip it. So again, you're going to focus on You're going to trace the 2-inch stencil that you have, put your first and last name, your number on it, flip it over, and start designing your symmetrical design using the large piece of vellum.